Hello friends, and welcome to tonight's episode of In the Garage. Tonight I will be doing a Challenger rear center chrome delete the right way. Well, how I think it should be done anyways. There are tons of methods we could have used to carry out this project. Seriously, just search YouTube for the topic and you'll find a lot of different ways to do it. But I decided to simply delete the chrome and wrap the glossy center divider, that piece right there, using this $25 Luxe Auto Concepts 2015 Plus center divider vinyl decal that you see in my hands right now. I just unboxed. This is a semi-gloss in black, not a full matte finish, of course. Then I'm going to replace the Dodge badge using an American Brother Designs exterior trunk badge in black. The result, as you witnessed in the intro of this video, is nothing less than stunning. I was honestly taken aback by the difference. I actually got the idea for this mod from my wife, who asked me one day, why is there still chrome on cars these days? And, you know, obviously I should have done this a long time ago. So here's the new badge in glossy black. I couldn't find a matte finish, of course. These letters are professionally machined and painted. Each one is made from premium billet aluminum and finished with a durable paint coat that's as sleek and as beautiful as the one on your Dodge Challenger. Now, this badge took a long time for me to get in the mail. It wasn't the shipping that was the problem. Apparently, the company doesn't actually have the items that they sell. They actually make them to order. So if you go this route, please be patient with American Brother Designs. They do have a 30-day lead time for all orders. As you can see, these letters are a lot sturdier than the actual OEM Dodge letters. In fact, if we examine the sides of the letters, we can easily see why. The American Brother Designs version is twice the thickness. Taking a look at the rear side of the badge, you can see that there's a difference in adhesive as well. There's actually more adhesive on the American Brother Designs badge than on the actual OEM part, which is kind of weird, right? So it's obvious that these are high quality parts and they kind of do come with a pretty high price tag. Okay, so heading out to AmericanBrotherDesign.com and sifting through their product selection, you'll eventually come across these badges. Now here's the price tag for these badges. They're $81 USD. Now again, this is a high quality custom made exterior part for your car, so it's probably something you would want to invest in. Taking a look at some of the colors that they offer, we can see that there is a lot. Unfortunately, there aren't any real photographs of the colors, just single photoshopped image that seems to change color. So I couldn't find any reference to the finish of the badge as glossy or matte. If you tap on the image, it just seems to default to red. Cool. The feature selection describes the part in a little more technical detail. If we look here, it says that they're made from 6061 billet aluminum. They are professionally machined and painted, and they are in fact, as we saw from the hologram on the wrapper, an officially licensed Mopar product. So this is what I originally imagined. I put these two parts together in my imagination before I even ordered these parts. This is how I imagined it on the back of my car. Not bad, right? Okay, so before heading out to the garage, I'm just going to grab some Goo Gone, just in case the OEM letters decide to leave sticky trails. I also am going to need a few more items for this project, like a hair dryer. Now you can use a hair dryer or a heat gun. I'm just going to be using this hair dryer that my beautiful wife gave me. I'm also going to be using some fishing line. It's always good to have a roll of fishing line in your drawer full of auto parts and auto tools, right? This is going to be used to wedge behind each individual letter and pry it off once they're warmed up. I'm also going to be using a measuring tape because this did not come with a template, and I'm also going to be using tape because this did not come with a template. Now this tape right here is 1 3/8 inches thickness. See this? I kind of lucked out here because that's the same exact width that's in between each letter, D-O-D-G-E. So if you find tape that's that thickness, it'll make your life so much easier, as you'll see here. So what I'm doing here is, because it did not come with a template, I'm basically making my own. And the way I did this was I just measured everything about the rear center divider, and I made this diagram that you see right here. I'll be using the blue quick release painter's tape to draw lines and spaces for each letter, as you will see later after we apply the Luxe Auto Concepts decal to the center divider. letters removed, I cleaned up the area with Goo Gone and a little bit of glass cleaner, as you saw. One thing that I need to note, one thing that you do need to do is absolutely clean the top and the bottom of the actual glossy piece here. As you can see, there's like a little bit of space, maybe less than a centimeter, in between the glossy black and the matte black of the car itself. And you need to clean inside there, because this piece of vinyl right here, see where the top where my finger is, that actually wraps around and goes inside that crevice. We're actually going to be wrapping a 3D piece with vinyl. So if you don't clean the whole thing, the vinyl will just stick to the dirt and you could end up ruining the vinyl pretty easily. Also underneath, it actually wraps underneath also. So down here where I'm looking right now, you're going to have to open the trunk and ensure that that underneath is clean also. Remember, you want the surface to be absolutely, completely clean. So what I'm doing now is simply creating a set of guidelines for the American Brother Designs Dodge letters. I will be referencing the diagram that I created earlier. As you see, the letters start at 2.5 inches up from the bottom of the trunk lid. So first I decided to make a horizontal straight line with a quick release painter's tape by measuring 2.5 inches up from the bottom. The tape had a tendency to curve, so I measured up from the bottom on the right, center, and left side to ensure the horizontal line was perfectly straight, because this will be where there'll basically be a baseline where each letter will sit atop. So next I simply applied the first letter, the middle D. It just seemed logical to me that it'd be easiest to start from the middle and work my way out, considering the width of the painter's tape was pretty much exactly the width I needed to put between each letter to place them just as Dodge did the OEM letters. I ended up aligning the middle D letter with the trunk lid push button up top and the horizontal baseline, after which I applied a vertical piece of tape on both sides of the middle letter to give me new vertical positions to which I can place the O and the G. I continued this method until all letters were applied, and that's it. It was that simple. So one of the things that I absolutely love about owning a Dodge Challenger is that this car is a blank canvas. Honestly, this car looks nothing like it did when I first pulled it out of that car lot on that fateful day when I bought my very first V8. There are so many great companies out there producing some really cool modifications for this vehicle that hopefully we never run out of content for the In the Garage series. Please, pretty please drop a comment on what you think about my method for rebadging the rear center divider, and thank you so much for joining me for this episode of In the Garage, and please like, share, and subscribe if you are new. Have a great weekend.